Our next reader is going to be Sarah J. Pollard. Sarah is in what hopefully is her final semester as an undergrad at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. That is if she passes art history. Good luck with that, Sarah. Sarah is a poet who keeps her shamelessly honest blog that chronicles the fall of our generation, so definitely check that out. It's on your Facebook, right? Check it out, it's wonderful. I'm so inspired by it every day. Sarah enjoys Mad Men and sexist workplace environments in general. She is a mammal who likes all other mammals as well as non-mammals, and she hopes that you like her too. Let's put our hands together for Sarah Pollard.
Hello. I only have one poem about murder, so I hope that's okay. This first one is about my deep affection for Vietnam veterans. It is called "The McCoys Have a Long History of Anger Problems." This city is fish hooks. Everyone is ignoring my symptoms of Agent Orange exposure. This city is windy cheeks. These are my lesions. My daughter is selling her medication for attention deficit disorder. She cuts out pictures of babies from magazines with scissors. Everywhere in the city, my friends are getting jumped by boys on bicycles. These boys are taking the hats of my friends in this city. There is a witch who has been emailing me spells, specific spells for money. With the money in the city, my family will eat pizza. I will not eat the pizza. It is witch pizza. The city is fish hooks. When nobody listens, I beat on the table. It is my beating table. The city can bite me. This one is called "Watch Out for My Heart." My heartbeat has started to be too strong and or fast. A staggering thoroughbred making my eyelids twitch. It sounds like cracking gum in the stairwell of the library. Inside, I am a pulp. It is making the bed lurch across the room. I can no longer sit next to anybody or my heart will beat them up, busting ribs, swinging punches. This one is about my feelings. It's called "Gold Morning on the Last Day of September." The structuring of days is shifted, some never managing to start while others overexist, stretching with hollow, trembling muscle sounds. What is the reality and consequence of existing in such a state? The prehistoric locust leaves yellow, as does my skin, blazing sallow and waxen. Cold as a lizard, a chameleon, why shouldn't I eat only air? The sun warms one of my hemispheres. Whoever said such a thing as a horizon exists when it always does, but still never? My edges and insides commingle, lungs crumple, and soon I will open my mouth wide and keep opening and split down the middle as a succulent fruit. There is a sensation that I am slowly going deaf, but as my hearing goes, my eyes snap the light into neat mosaic. I have decided to neutralize myself. I'm in love with a deer, she says, turning into a deer. He is tearing me apart. The leaf-lost negative space presses too firmly. You push back and are ricocheted, and it hurts. This one's a dream I had. The deaf man can read the lips of the waitress, except when she says, "How do you want your whiskey?" How do you want your whiskey? She tries to write it on a napkin, nerves numbing her hands. Later they are married in a bed on an island or peninsula. They wrestle and sigh. "What happens now?" she says. "A dolphin jumps into the bed," he signs. And then a dolphin jumps into the bed, dappled gray and bewildered. This is one I wrote about 2 years ago when I took things seriously. It's kind of a magical day because it's Friday the 13th. And it's about Salome, who's a biblical figure who did the dance of the seven veils. And she danced for the king, and when she was done, he said she could have whatever she wanted, and her mom made her ask for the head of John the Baptist on a silver platter, and that's what she got. So this is from the point of view of the worshippers in the imaginary cult of Salome at her wedding. And it used to have 7 parts, but there are only 6, because I lost one. But that's okay. 1. An invitation in wax, tongued there with supple quill tips. A vermilion gum impression, hieroglyphic entrails unwound for the wedding day. Place the altar on the hilltop. In each of Salome's silken veils we found some obscure animal, thrashing with vitality and calling for the sea, its perfume wrung, its magic spent. Among the fibers we touched was a fine grit of sweat. We drank in her salt and made our mouths cottony with her modesty. O vos omnes, toss your lilies to her back as she ascends the aisle. Est dolor sicut, dolor meus. 2. The ascetic winds caress her electric lace of fur. This desert air that taught us to thirst for a solidness of purpose left our pyres cold as we built spurious castles to death. She is still marching, steady. O mistress, let us not learn, be led, do not coax us to claw at your velvet nape for the slick jasper stems within, nor condition us for clean denial. Shalom, O mistress of wishes fulfilled, we hear the whispers from the cypress. Beneath the arch the climate has shifted, the wake of her sevenfold bloom awakened the internal acids, a distinct pain prepared for consumption. Her groom is the dog fox, draped in red chains of paper and carnations. 3. What is her nature, our princess with little white doves for feet? And then what nature is this love? Are we lured as birds to the branches of her fig tree, enamored with the juice and suck of the fruit? Or is it a hidden thing, tucked in the innermost chamber of the nautilus coil, the key discarded, an essential useless presence, only released when crushed against slate by bleeding hands? Does it breed and multiply with our attentions, or, as the fragile fetus in ovum, does it reject life when the shell is clumsily breached? 4. A cluster of petty mourners, we are in attendance, arms cradled to possess her petals, her leftover feathers, her adopted skin that made her itch and moan like the asp who embraces rough stone and leaves himself behind, pale. 5. The incense smolders and flows around restless, wingless ankles. She is steady now, but not still, no hip without twitch, no mere statical presence that could indicate reluctance, atonement. The first of her veils, virgin cerulean, did not whine to conceal a maternal half-simper to be echoed in stark portrait. Athena, Herodias, Mary, murmured mater familias, but were drowned when the first veil fell by the elsewhere smile, drawn from some incidental Eden. Her second veil, saffron. How is it that iron-red threads, crushed and steeped, become golden? 6. Dearly beloved, here stand Aphrodite and Mnemosyne to flank Our Lady, vagueness on the wet tongue and warmth like a wolfskin mantle. The final veil, Eulochias, fell on her silver platter. I was not able, did not see. Did she cast her gaze away? Or clutch at the spectacle, trench her fingers in the wiry soaking beard, tenderly trace on his brow the vertical and the horizon? When the symbol ceased and the final pose bridged her sapling spine, her veins ran incandescent. Filia ardentia, a crescendo, no single step lacking foresight. O pale mistress, did you weep? Thank you.